Have you ever seen products on TikTok that simply seem too good to be true? Or maybe you've bought a TikTok shop gadget that's a complete scam. Today, I've bought the most viral clickbait TikTok products to prove they are fake. But here's the twist. If any of these products actually work, I'll be giving away a $100 Amazon gift card to the comment with the most likes. Starting with this jewelry cleaning machine. I've had both of these rings for over a year, and since I've never cleaned them, look how dirty and tarnished they are. So after plugging it in, step number one is just to fill this with water up until that max line in there. And then my two rings are gonna go in there, the cover goes on, and it cleans for the next 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, let's now take a look. Here we go. The water looks perfectly clean, like no dirt came off. Taking a look at the ring, I feel like it looks pretty much the same to me. It's a little bit shiny from the water. And my other ring, honestly, I'm not seeing much of a difference. I'm also gonna pour the water back into a measuring cup and compare it to the original water. So let's pour this back in as best we can. And then here's the original tap water that we used in a different measuring cup, and side by side, I really can't see any difference at all. Now, maybe if my rings were extremely dirty, I would see a small difference, but I'm gonna have to call this one clickbait. Every time my wife gets out of the car, she slams the door behind her. So I got these car door cushions, and they come in a pack of 8 million of them for some reason. Let's go put a few of these on my car door and see if it helps. So here's me slamming the car door before I put them on. And now with the cushions, you just peel off the tape on them and stick them wherever it is slamming. I'm gonna put a couple into here. And you can see they kind of squish down as you push on them, which hopefully cushions the door. Let's give this one more shot. I think it sounded exactly the same. I'm gonna try it in one more place just in case the car door isn't actually hitting there. So let's put one into here where there is definitely some sort of contact being made, although it does have this rubber cushion. But let's try that now just in case. Here we go. Try it from this angle. I don't think they're doing anything, guys. Maybe it's just my doors and they already have cushions, but it's pretty loud. I'm gonna have to call this one clickbait too. My backyard gets flooded quickly, and I hate when my shoes and socks get wet. So I bought these, which are apparently waterproof socks. All right, I've got the waterproof socks on. Let's give them a shot on this puddle right here. I'm just gonna walk along it. And I'm actually not feeling the water underneath me too much at all. It feels a little bit of coldness, but other than that, I don't feel water. But now let's take them off and see if my feet got wet. You can see all the water on the outside, and they definitely feel wet on the outside. But on the inside of the sock, it's actually completely dry, and so is the bottom of my foot here. So I'm pretty surprised, but these actually work. We're heading out in 10 minutes. Will you be ready?
What? I need way more time than that.
These should help. These are eyebrow stickers. So the first step is to choose the style that you want. I'm gonna go with this bottom right one right here. So I'm gonna cut it out first and then remove the transparent film that's on it, like a tattoo. And then you would place this right where you want it on your face. I'm gonna do it on my arm for a demonstration. Here we go. I'm just gonna place it onto my arm right here, kind of hold it in place, and then use a wet paper towel to push down on it and wait a few seconds. And 10 seconds later, let's lift up the paper towel and the sticker, and oh my God, look at the eyebrow on my arm. From some angles, you can definitely see shiny parts to it, which don't feel like an actual eyebrow, but for the most part, the hair on this looks relatively realistic. So from a distance, it does look relatively realistic. Would I use this? Probably not, but I'm gonna have to say they actually work. My posture at my desk is either like this or like this. So I bought this little posture corrector device. With this, the first step is putting it around the back of your neck like this. And it is a little bit weighted, so it's kind of holding onto here. And then you adjust the device here for the angle you want to be sitting at. So you kind of just stand up straight and then hit the power button on it. And after it learns the angle you want to be at, if you go outside of that angle, it's gonna beep at you and remind you to go back to it. So back in my office chair, if I now lean forward too much, you can hear the thing vibrating and telling me to go back to this angle where it stops. Or if I lean back, it apparently just falls off. So this actually does work when leaning forward. It is a good reminder to come back to where you started, but it falls completely off going backwards because this is barely hanging onto my neck and won't really hold on. I'm pretty 50-50 on this one, but since I can't adjust half of the time where I'm at, I'm gonna call it a CLICKBAIT product. Wouldn't it be awesome if we could tone our abs without doing sit-ups every day? Well, I bought this abs machine. This little blue ring attached onto this sheet right here. And then after peeling off the tape on the back side, this just attaches onto your abs. There are 8 different modes. It says to start in low intensity. So I'm gonna turn it to just 1. Ah! Oh, okay. I gotta take it off. Oh. So even on the lowest intensity, it almost feels like an electric dog fence just shocked my entire stomach at once, and it was pretty painful even at the lowest intensity out of 8. Now I will say my abs feel a little bit tired, or maybe they're just in pain from all the shocking. I think it's more painful to use this than actually just doing sit-ups, so I'm gonna say this one's CLICKBAIT. Isn't the smell of soda just incredible? Apparently you can use this humidifier to make your whole home smell like your favorite soda. So first I'm gonna take a glass and fill it up with Coca-Cola. Next, our humidifier just goes right into it and I hit the power button. It actually has a super mild Coca-Cola smell, which honestly is probably better than an overwhelming smell with it. I don't hate this at all, and actually, I think it's pretty cool that you don't have to just use water with this humidifier. I'm gonna say this one works. My lunch is freezing cold and my microwave is broken. So I bought this self-heating lunchbox. So all you need to do is take off the lid and fill your food inside of here. It is a pretty small container in here, but I do think it'll work for food for 1 person, if not 2. And I'm gonna throw my rice in there too. I've got some chicken tikka masala with rice left over, kind of get it spread out into here. And there's definitely more room than it initially looks like. And now the lid goes back on it. It does seal shut on all 3 sides. And feels pretty high quality. There's a charging port right here, so if it dies, you can recharge it just like that, but it has its own battery too, and all we have to do is hit the power button, and then it says to open the latch while it's heating too, just to let out a little bit of air. That doesn't stay open, but I guess maybe just leaving it like that is open enough. And now I'm just gonna leave this for a little bit and see how quickly it heats up my food from freezing cold out of the fridge. The other posture corrector pretty much was a fail, so I got another one just in case. And this one is much larger than our last. So all you do with this one is twist one of these 90 degrees so that they're kind of in a little plus shape right here. And then you can make the arms longer or shorter just by twisting out the handles here and then tightening them. And then I believe all you do is kind of put this on your back. I guess maybe you gotta go down kind of like this and wrap your arms around the sides of it, holding it into place. And then this is what the posture corrector actually looks like. Now I will say those bars are holding me pretty stiff. I can't really bend forward or go backwards, but I also can't use my arms while I'm using this. I can't type on a keyboard, I can't use my phone, I pretty much can't do anything besides holding this in place. So does it fix my posture? Yes, while I'm using it, but is it practical? I'm gonna say no, this one's CLICKBAIT. On second thought, I actually think this would be really helpful while sitting on the couch watching TV. Maybe it would train your mind a little bit to what posture you actually need to be standing in. So I'm gonna switch this one and actually say it does work, it's just a bit limited. My grip strength is super weak, so let's see if this can fix it. This comes with 2 grip strength trainers that have resistance up to 21 pounds in total. All you need to do is take the strap that came with it and put it through the little hole on the side of the grip strength trainer, just like this. And then this tightens onto your wrist and your fingers kind of slide into the little holes on it. And then once you're all set up like this, I have it on the lowest weight right now at 13 pounds. You just spread apart your fingers and oh my God, that is a ton of resistance at the lowest weight on this one. Now I will say that all 3 of these are lower, so I'm kind of at a medium difficulty right now, but I can definitely feel my forearms, my wrists, and my fingers working pretty hard while I do this motion. And after just 1 or 2 minutes of going like this, I can feel my wrists and my hands getting really tired already. I do think this is definitely improving my grip strength. I'm gonna say this one works. I've got a wedding to go to this weekend and my teeth are a little bit more yellow than I wish. So this is a color corrector serum. So after taking off the cap, you get a little pump bottle and it says to apply 2 pumps onto a toothbrush. Once I get it started, 1, 2, it is a very black purple color. And now I guess I just polish my teeth in circular motions for about 30 seconds. It actually tastes pretty good, but now I just spit out the excess, rinse out my mouth, and we'll check the results after. Since I can't see my own teeth, you guys gotta be the judge of this. Was this one clickbait or did it work? It's now been about 20 minutes. Let's check on the lunchbox. So let's get this opened up. It did turn off for me. I don't know if that's because it ran out of battery or because it finished warming, but you can see this is now clearly more of a liquid than it was before. I mean, it's visibly much warmer than out of the fridge, but let me taste it and see how warm it actually tastes. So it's definitely not boiling hot, but again, it did turn off for me. Maybe I had to charge it for a couple hours before I started. However, at the very least, it got my food warm from freezing cold from the fridge. So I'm gonna say this one was a success. Don't forget to leave a comment down below to enter the giveaway and hit that like and subscribe buttons if you wanna see more of my content.